Hi friends, welcome back to People Full of Joy. If you're new, welcome. If you've been following me for a while, welcome back. Today we are going to get in the kitchen. We're going to make something sweet. We are starting a life group tonight with our church family. It's being hosted by some friends of ours, and she asked me to make something for a little dessert, something a little sweet. They're making sliders, so these are going to go perfect. I know her pretty well and she loves lemons, so we're going to make a lemon treat to bring with us tonight to life group. So let's get in the kitchen and make something sweet. So we have in here, we have 2 1/4 cups of flour, just all-purpose flour. We are going to mix in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to mix in just a little bit of salt. Of course, we're using our Redmond's Real Salt, which is my favorite now. And with these, with lemon, they're going to be a little bit tart, a little bit sweet. So we're going to add the salt, make sure we put the salt in it because that's going to give us a little balance in our flavors. So we're just going to whisk these together real quick. Just make sure that these little things are combined. And then we're going to get started on the rest of our ingredients. So we have our mixer right here. We're going to put in a half a cup of butter, which is 1 full stick. Get this unwrapped. I had to put this in the microwave for a second. I forgot to take the butter out last night. Typically, I'm a little bit more prepared, and I remember to take butter out of the refrigerator when I know that I'm making something, but I just spaced it. So we have a cup of sugar. We're going to start our mixer. We're going to get our butter and our sugar combined first, and then we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. All right, so we're going to add in our 1 egg, and then we need to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla, and it smells so good. I am getting low, as you can tell. I need to make another batch. So I probably should do that fairly soon because it does take a good 4 to 5 months for that vanilla to come together. So we're going to mix our egg with our sugar and our butter and our vanilla. All right, so now we need to put in a tablespoon of lemon zest. That's going to be about a lemon's worth of zest. Out of our way a little bit. When you are zesting your lemon, make sure that you're only getting the yellow. You don't want to get the white that's down below because that white is the pith and it's very bitter. And that's going to ruin that beautiful lemon flavor that you're wanting to get in your desserts or whatever you're putting lemon zest in. I use lemon zest in all kinds of things. I love lemon. I put lemon in chicken. I put lemon in pork. I put it on fish. I do it in salad dressings. There's all kinds of things you can use lemon for. And does the bottled stuff work? It does. You can totally use the bottled stuff. But there is nothing like fresh lemon. You can't get the lemon zest flavor out of a bottled lemon juice. And if you're not careful about your lemon juices that you buy, a lot of those are not pure lemon juice. They are lemon juice that if they've added sugar to it, they've added some sort of sweetener to it. It's not just pure lemon juice. So this was a pretty small lemon. I'm going to grab 1 more because I want a really good pungent lemon flavor in these. So we're going to add a little bit more zest from this one, just so we have a little extra. All right, I think that's probably going to be good. So that's probably, I'm going to say that's about a lemon and a half worth of juice. We need to put in a tablespoon of lemon juice into this before we put our dry ingredients in. So we're going to grab our juicer, best tool. I absolutely love my juicer. So we're gonna grab a little knife. Apparently I wasn't as prepared this morning as I thought. I'm gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna put our lemon in our juicer. We're just gonna juice it right into our little cup here. This has our measurements. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add the last half. We're gonna put this in. Dump this right into our mixture. And we are going to make also a glaze that goes on these after they come out of the oven. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put in our flour now. Remember, this is our flour, our baking powder, and our salt. So we're gonna get that put in here. We're going to turn this on low because we don't want to spray flour all over our kitchen. I have a lot of projects in the kitchen today, and the last thing I want to do is clean up flour. So we're going to be careful to not do that. So this batter is a little bit dry. It's on the drier side, so you're going to take these and you're going to form these into little balls. And we're going to put those right on our Silpat. We want to make sure too that we're not overworking our dough, because if you overwork it, you're going to wind up with a really tough cookie, and we want to have nice and light, soft cookies. That is how you know you have overworked your dough, is if your cookies are tough, and if they have a really hard texture to them, then you have probably, most likely you have overworked your dough. So when you're adding things to your cookie dough, we want to make sure that we're just barely getting them mixed so that things are just barely incorporated. When you can really beat things together is before you put your flour in. That's why I love to get all of my wet things in my cookie dough before I add the flour, because then I can really whip all that stuff together, get a nice light fluffy texture to it, and then I can add in the flour, then I can barely mix it, and then we end up with a perfect little cookie. So we're gonna get these scooped out. We're gonna grab our cookies, use our little one, because I don't want super big cookies tonight. I want little lemon cookies. So we're gonna put those in there. We're gonna give these a little bit of a roll, and we're just gonna put them on our cookie sheet. And then these are gonna bake for about 10 minutes in our oven that's set for 350. Our oven is already preheated and ready to go. But we're gonna put these on here. And then these are gonna be, they're gonna have to cool on a cooling rack. So we'll have to get a rack out. We'll have to set these aside, let them cool completely before we put the lemon glaze that goes on these. They get a beautiful lemon glaze, and that's gonna make them super delicious. The lemon glaze also has lemon zest and lemon juice in it. That's why I saved a little bit of our lemon zest off of this one and the rest of that juice so that we can make our lemon glaze that goes on these. So you're getting a double punch of lemon flavor. You're getting lemon in the cookie, and you're also getting lemon in the glaze. So if you like lemon, these are perfect for you. You can even make these, you don't have to go as heavy on the lemon as I did. I just love lemon. I know that my friend that I'm making these for her life group tonight, I know that she loves lemon. So I know that it's perfectly fine to go a little bit heavy on that lemon flavor, and it's not going to be overpowering. But if you are not somebody that really likes lemon, but you kind of like it, then I would just go with the regular amount that they tell you to put in these, because I think recipes, when they call for lemon, I think they go a little light. I don't think they go as heavy as I would like it to be. So I am always adding a little bit extra when I make stuff with lemon. All right, so we have our pan here, we have our cookie on here. We're gonna put these in a 350 oven. let them bake for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna put them out, get them out, and we're gonna put those on a cooling rack, let them cool, and then after all the cookies have completely cooled, we'll come back, we'll make our lemon glaze, we'll glaze these things up, and we'll let them just sit and dry until we're ready to go to life group tonight. Our first batch is out of the oven. So we're gonna get these off of our Silpat and onto a cooling rack so that they can cool. They'll be ready for the glaze after they've completely cooled. So these are only supposed to bake until the cookie is set. They're not going to, you don't want them to brown because that's gonna make them hard. So these are supposed to just flatten on the bottom just a little bit and then pull them out, and they're gonna be delicious. These are gonna be so good with that lemon glaze that we're gonna put on them in a little bit. Like I said, they really need to fully cool before we do that. While these are in the oven, I took the opportunity to go ahead and roll out the rest of my dough so that it was ready for me and I wasn't waiting for it. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these on here. They don't spread out very much, so we're gonna go ahead and pack these on here. We can put them on a little bit closer together because they don't really spread out very much, and that's gonna be totally fine. I wanna get these baked. I have other projects that I need to get done in the kitchen today, so we need to get these done as quickly as possible. So we are gonna just put these on here and let these finish cooking. They should be fine. So these are gonna go in the oven now for 10 minutes. They're gonna come out. We're gonna put them on a cooling rack. We're gonna let these cool. We'll bring you guys back when we get ready to put the glaze on these. Alrighty friends, our lemon cookies are cool. They are perfect. These are such cute cookies. Perfect. These are gonna be a perfect little treat tonight. So we're gonna make our lemon glaze really quick. It's gonna be a super easy. We're gonna go ahead and zest the rest of our lemon because we want lots of lemon flavor in our glaze as well as in our cookies. So these are gonna be super pretty. You'll have those little flecks of lemon zest throughout your glaze on your cookies. Be careful not to grate my finger. I did that the other night. I was grating cheese and yeah, let's just say I got my thumb. So trying to be a little more careful today. I am excited to be investing in a grater attachment for my KitchenAid. I can't wait to get that. We have to order it, but as soon as that gets here, there will be no more grating of the fingers in anything. All right, so we have our lemon zest. We're gonna go ahead and do our juice of our full lemon. Make sure we get all of that juice out of there. Let's do this last half. Then we're gonna get our little baby whisk out, and we are going to whisk in some powdered sugar. And that's all that goes in this glaze. It's that simple. We don't have to melt butter. We don't have to do any of those things. We just need lemon juice, lemon zest, and powdered sugar. So let's get our powdered sugar in here and let's start whisking this. We're just gonna add as much powdered sugar as we need to give us a good consistency for our glaze. And I think the recipe said about 2 cups. I don't know that I'm gonna need that much, but we're gonna see. We're gonna go ahead and mix up what we've got. I don't typically follow a recipe completely when it comes to glazes because glazes are so easy to do that it's not that hard. And it looks like we got a little seed in our glaze. Let's just put that down there and get that out of the way so nobody eats that. And we're gonna do just a tiny bit more because I don't want this completely running off the cookies. I want it to kind of stick a little bit. All right, I think that's probably good. Right there, I think that's a good consistency for our glaze. It's nice and still kind of runny, but a little bit thick. And And I think I'm just gonna do these with a spoon. I'm not gonna get super technical. We're just gonna grab a teaspoon and we're just gonna go right on the top of these with a little bit of glaze, kind of use our spoon and our finger to, or hand a little bit to kind of get it around the top of the cookie. But these are going to be beautiful. These are going to be so pretty tonight. I think everybody that gets to eat these is going to be super excited. But these are going to be beautiful. So I always put a piece of parchment paper underneath my drying rack or my cooling rack when I do glazes like this, because I really don't want to clean up sticky glaze off of my counter. So if I put a piece of parchment paper underneath it, then when I am done drizzling all this all over my cookies and they've completely dried, they're done dripping, then I just have to grab that parchment paper, toss it right in the garbage, and I don't have a sticky mess to clean up. It's super easy to spray off my cooling rack. That's not a big deal. Sugar dissolves fairly easy under hot water, so that's not a big problem to clean up, but I just don't want to clean up sticky sugar all over my counter. That's just not my idea of a good time. I have enough things to do in the kitchen without scrubbing sugar off the counter. So we want to just make sure. I love the flecks of lemon that you see in these cookies from the zest we put in our glaze. These are going to be super, super pretty. It actually made a decent amount, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm glad that we had enough glaze for our cookies. Sometimes I'm horrible about doing that. I make glaze and I end up not making enough, and then I end up having to make a little bit more because I have, 6 or 8 cookies that didn't get anything on them. Sometimes I will make more glaze, and sometimes my husband will just eat them without the glaze because he likes them. It doesn't make any difference to him. He could care less whether they have the sugar on them or not. He would actually prefer them to not have the sugar. So, but these are super, super cute. Let's just kind of look at any of them then that maybe didn't get enough in the first round. Just make sure everything has a good coverage. We don't have any spots that are dry. We made the glaze, we might as well use it. So let's just kind of look at them real quick. Oh, and these just look beautiful. These are going to be so pretty tonight. Our friends are going to love these. I'm going to love these. I love that they were an easy recipe, super easy to make. Super, super fun. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made a quick treat to bring to Life Group tonight. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you're new around here, before you leave, please hit that subscribe button over there so you don't miss out on any of the fun stuff we do in the kitchen. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a video, which right now we're uploading quite a bit because we have a lot going on in our kitchen during a pantry challenge. But it just means a lot to me that you guys would take time out of your day to spend time with me in my kitchen and to follow along on all the things that we're doing in here. If you guys found value in this, please share this channel with your friends and your family if you think they would enjoy watching the things that we're doing in the kitchen. And thanks again, friends. Have a great day and God bless.